What's good, people? I hope you guys are well. I haven't put my microphone in, so let me put my microphone in. I should have been prepared before I started, but I'll just put it in. Yeah, so let's talk some boxing. Let's get straight into it. Mike Tyson, the great Mike Tyson, will be taking on Roy Jones Jr. September 12th. In a fight between two of the greatest of all time, in my opinion, two of the greatest to ever do it. It's going to be a brilliant fight. I can't wait. I'm so excited when this got announced. I know a lot of people are poo-pooing it, saying that it's not great for the sport. It's not great that two legends and one of them's going to lose, etc., etc. But I love it. I love it. Let's be honest. How excited are all of us when we heard this news that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are going to fight? I think it's brilliant. I think it brings excitement. And listen, Mike Tyson probably is the most famous boxer today that's alive. In terms of popularity and known around globally, I don't think there's any boxer that's not as known well as Mike Tyson worldwide. Muhammad Ali is probably the most famous boxer ever, and I think the second is probably Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson has a global appeal, so any fight that Mike Tyson's involved in is going to be massive. And then when you've got a dance partner whose name is Roy Jones, who is one of the greatest fighters ever, you're looking, if this is pay-per-view, and I say if this is like £15, right, pay-per-view, for example, I reckon this does over 1 million buys. I think over 1 million people would buy it just because of the fact that Mike Tyson he's mainstream. Mike Tyson is mainstream, right? He's one of the most famous people out there. And I reckon this is going to be massive. I reckon they could make a lot of money out of this. And I don't know what this is. Is this Mike Tyson testing the waters, seeing what he's got left? Is he going to come back and fight a young contender? I wouldn't like to see that. But I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Roy Jones. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Evander Holyfield. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight anybody in around his own age. So I don't think there's a problem with it. I know a lot of people say, well, they're older, they could get hurt, etc. That's boxing. That can happen to anyone. We saw Patrick Day, die last year. You know, that can happen in boxing. They know what dangers there is in this sport. But I just think I'm so excited to see Mike Tyson back in the ring again. To be honest, Mike Tyson holds that aura about him. That people just loved him. I saw the comments when Mike Tyson said he's coming back, and people were like, oh, I can't wait for this. It's going to be brilliant. Can't wait for Mike Tyson. The guy was a legend. The guy's a beast. One of my favorite fighters of all time. This is where the comments that are coming out from people, because everybody knows how great Mike Tyson was. Mike Tyson was a legend. People talk about his resume, etc. Listen, Mike Tyson brought a lot to boxing. He brought a lot to boxing. His global appeal. You know, people talk about Mike Tyson globally. You know, they started naming their dogs Tyson. He was a different level of fighter for me. And listen, I don't want to totally disregard Roy Jones, because Roy Jones is one of the greatest fighters of all time as well. You know, but the thing is, Mike Tyson, when you're talking about Mike Tyson, he gets all the he gets all the media. He's the one that, even though Roy Jones is one of the greats, he's the one that probably sell this fight, because Roy Jones has been fighting. We've been seeing Roy Jones recently fighting. He's been getting knocked out to guys that really weren't in his league in his prime. But obviously we know Roy Jones is way past his best. But like I said, I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be a cracking fight. I think Roy Jones will be thing. But listen, Roy Jones isn't a big dude, and Mike Tyson is still looking very good. Now, looking good on pads and looking good in the ring are two different things, because obviously you haven't got a static target. You've got a moving target. But you'd have to say Mike Tyson's a heavy favorite in a fight where, you know, Roy Jones is undersized. When you look at the size of Mike Tyson, you look at the size of Roy Jones, it's really a mismatch. But I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And one other fact I'll give you, when Roy Jones became the heavyweight champion of the world, there was a lot of talk of him fighting Mike Tyson. The bookies had Roy Jones favorite to win that fight. Think about it. The bookies had Roy Jones favorite to win against Mike Tyson. So that in itself shows how highly rated Roy Jones was. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. What do you make of this matchup? Roy Jones and Mike Tyson will be fighting September 12th. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page. And I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got two options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.